in the dream space. A lot has been going on. A lot of work has been going on in the dream space. But I want to talk to you all about on the spectrum and what is being stated about those who are on the spectrum. Because previously, we just used to say, I know back in the day, we used to be saying, are they special or special? Or now, then they start saying special needs. I know people used to call them retarded, you know, he retarded or she retarded or they slow. You know, those would be the words that were said about people back in the day who had mental disabilities. And of course, they would put in, you know, the special needs classes because of their learning capabilities were different. And so I've always, you know, taken to different types of people. I've never been a clique type of person that, you know, I'm gonna involve myself with these type of people only. I've always had a heart for everybody. And I thought about this because today I went to go teach Tai Chi. And I have this older gentleman, because I teach ages 65 to like 95, 96. And this older gentleman, he's on the spectrum. He has a mental disability. He always calls me his girlfriend. And today he hugged me. And he hugged me for so long that the other men was like, whoa, 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 like that. And then I just started to think about being on the spectrum. And what does that look like? You know, being on the spectrum, even when I thought about the spectrum, that's like a wavelength of light frequencies, right? So if someone is on the spectrum, they're actually seeing these bend and light frequencies different than everybody else. So they're experiencing wavelengths and frequencies of energy in a different space than we do. The same thing happened this weekend. I went to an Afro jazz concert, and one of the guys in the front sat on the front. And of course, he was on the spectrum, but he was moving. He got up, he started dancing. He really was feeling the music and the energy. And I was like, they get to experience life on the spectrum, on frequencies of light. They're actually getting to really embody these wavelengths, these frequencies. And I've even taught children who were connected to numbers, who they were in the special need classes, but if you gave them a number like 5,528 times 2,695,000, whatever, they could give you the number instantly, like Rain Man, right? That's kind of like how the whole Rain Man movie was on. And so I believe that these individuals are highly intelligent. These individuals actually get to experience the light frequencies from a whole different perspective that we don't. And oh, please don't say they closed. Now they gone to lunch. And that if you have a child that's on the spectrum, it's really important for you to understand how they are experiencing life, how they are experiencing light. All right, so L-I-F-E and L-I-G-H-T. Because yes, these individuals are special. Yes, these individuals have special needs because they are experiencing light from a whole different frequency, and they see and feel from a whole different frequency. And if you they may not be able to verbalize how they're feeling or what they're experiencing, because it's a whole different experience that we're not privy to, and they have access to it. And so I would definitely want to, if I could, had the opportunity to experience or see how a person who, and it's kind of like Lawnmower Man. I think about Lawnmower Man, and kind of see how a person who's on the spectrum with those those different beings in life frequencies, how they experience it, how they take in and how they react to plant medicine, how they may react to microdosing of a plant medicine, ayahuasca microdose or psilocybin microdose, and what that looks like for them. So that's interesting. I just had that thought about being on the spectrum. So if you have a child that's on the spectrum, you know someone that's on the spectrum, even just for us being of a higher vibration and a higher frequency, the way that we interact with those people definitely should be different. The way that they share energy and we share energy with them is different. I don't believe it by any happenstance that the man today, that's on the spectrum wanted to embrace me and give me a hug. He could feel my light. He could feel my light energy. And today was the first day that he just hugged me for so long that they had to say something. Because he's experiencing light from a whole different perspective than we are experiencing, and they feel it. And I can feel it from them too. It's almost like an interaction that we have with nature, with trees, with animals. They get to experience that in a whole deeper knowing than those who are not on the spectrum. They do have special abilities. They do have special needs. And they're just not what is considered to be a normal individual, but they're actually feeling the frequency from a different perspective than we are. So that's how I feel about those individuals who are on the spectrum. Yeah, just very, very special individuals. So I just wanted to share that. And of course, if you all have any comments that you wanted to add to it, I'm just starting to put the thought out there, and just even looking up spectrum and what the spectrum is, and looking at the wavelengths, the light. And of course, when you're on a spectrum, it's even like when we look at acidity and alkalinity, that's also a pole, of you can get in the neutral range, but if you've in the 6.0, 5.0, you're too acidic. If you're at 7.5, 8, you're getting into past the neutrality range, and you get more alkalinity in. So even looking at that particular polar spectrum gives you a thought process of where they are, but they're on the actual spectrum, and they're experiencing wavelengths of light differently than we are. And that's kind of how I see it. I'm seeing, from the red to the greens to the oranges to the yellows, they're getting this frequency, this band of light downloaded into their mental and their physical and their emotions differently than we are. And it's quite magical when you think about it. So that's what I wanted to share. Definitely comment if you want to add anything on, or this was just an impromptu sharing, of course. And as always, I leave you in peace and high frequencies, everybody.